The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Friday, the 22nd day of August 2025. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindo's, People's Pharmacy, and a big shout out to HSBC Bermuda for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves on Hot 107.5 with these most important community conversations. I'm Jamal Hartman, and Teo Dill will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in the news break brought to you by Peoples. Happy Friday, everyone. Let's do a roll call. The storm has passed. Is everyone safe and sound? Let us know in the audience. Let us know you are safe, you're sound. Do you have lights? I know quite a few people were sharing on social media last night that they left lights. So if you're streaming with us online, let us know that you have lights. If you're on the radio, give us a honk. Well, I don't know if you should do that. That might be illegal, but you get my point. Let us know that you are safe and that you have electricity and that you and your family are good. Yeah, it looks like the storm's passed, but Teo, you want to stay tuned for the news break because I think Teo's going to share that there's something else brewing out there. So we want to make sure that we're covered and that we know what to be prepared for. Yeah, so stay tuned for the Daily Hour news break. But in the meantime, roll call. Let us know that you're good. Let us know that you're okay. Let us know that you have electricity. Angeline Butler says yes and yes to safe and lights. And Karen Simmons says safe and sound, electricity on. Thank you to both of you. We are happy that you are both safe and that you have your electricity and your lights. Anyone else, because if you don't say anything, I got concerned now. We are a community, so we got to look out for one another. All right, folks. Well, greetings to everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today, as it is Friday Fun Day. And we're going to be talking about hurricane essentials. Yeah, hurricane essentials, things that we need. The daily players are things you should know. So please don't forget also to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. All right. Well, it is Friday Fun Day brought to you by our friends at Mailboxes. Don't forget, folks, you can get 2 years of free membership with Mailboxes. All you have to go to do is go to mailboxes.bm/the Daily Hour. And this is your daily discussion brought to you by our friends at Titan Express and Secure. All right. Suzanne Ingham says, super awesome Friday, Jamel and Teo. Yes, safe, still sound-minded, and lights. Another day to be thankful. Can I please have your email address? I have something to send you. Yes, you can sure have my email address. It's Jamal@BermudaCommunications.com. That's it. So, folks, let's get to the conversation. You all are going to have fun with this, but a Friday Fun Day conversation this morning. What are must-have hurricane essentials in Bermuda? And I got a question because it is 2025. Now, you still have some extremely introverted people who don't like to be bothered, right? They will take a data answer, a text, and will look at their phone while you're calling and never answer it. Ask me how I know. I'm not that bad, by the way. But do you have a portable charger for times like hurricanes? Yes or no? Because I'm like, everyone must have a portable charger by now, right? Like everyone has a portable charger. And if you don't know what a portable charger is, it's in the name. It's a charger you don't need to it doesn't need to be plugged into anything to charge your device. Obviously, you need to plug it in to charge it up, but to charge your devices, you don't need to have it plugged into live electricity. But yes or no, do you have a portable charger? And as you answered that, also, what are must-have hurricane essentials in Bermuda? Now, we did ask this on our Instagram last evening, and let's go through some of the responses that we got on Instagram. So how do I look? Okay, so we asked this question, and someone said one of the must-have hurricane essentials in Bermuda is battery-operated fans. Battery-operated fans. Another person said, I love this one. What are must-have hurricane essentials in Bermuda? This person said, my husband. Well, that's essential. Another person said, my flashlights. My flashlights. Let's go over to you all. So we're asking, do you have a portable charger, and what are must-have hurricane essentials in Bermuda? Well, as far as portable chargers, Angeline Butler says yes, several. Shayna Smith says absolutely. Tanya Cheeseman says multiple. So I'm going to take it that everyone has a portable charger. Is that the case? Everyone has a portable charger at this point. Dr. Anthony Richardson says yes, the hand crank one, and radios that charge after cranking. Board games. You got to have Bermuda trivia. Gotta have Bermuda trivia. Well, let me go through a few things. I took a bit of some notes about hurricane supply. So, folks, seriously, this is how we have to check things out. And I know Bermudians like a little party, hurricane party, and time off from work and so on. But this is still Mother Nature, very unpredictable. And we still, I say this every year during hurricane season. Let's be humble. We have been very arrogant in recent years, but be humble, because when it comes to Mother Nature, anything can happen. So some essential hurricane supplies for Bermudians. I'm going to say, as far as food and water, folks, make sure you have a lot of water. A lot of water. I know years ago when, we had hurricanes or lost our electricity, they had me out back, and, I wasn't made for manual labor like that, but they had me with the bucket and the water in the tank, our water tanks, and I had to dip it out. And yeah, man, and you tied the rope to the bucket and you put the bucket down in the tank. So water, drinking water in particular, is essential, and probably have like 2 weeks worth of water. All right. Non-perishable foods, crackers, nuts, dried fruit. You want to have that stuff. Right? You want to make sure canned goods, get yourself some tuna. Have some canned goods I had. And this is not rocket science. We all know this stuff. If you have pets, make sure you got pet food. Make sure you take care of your furry friends. All right. Lighting and communication, as you all know, flashlights. Back in our days, remember I said it last year, remember the kerosene? Some of you probably still have the kerosene. You used to have kerosene, right? Make sure you got a clock. Right? A battery operated clock. And as someone said, I think Dr. Anthony Richardson, hand crank radio. There you go. No one ever says this here, but tools and hardware. You want to make sure that you've got some tarp, some plywood, some rope, some heavy duty gloves. You don't want those blisters. What else? Duct tape, nails, bucket, as I mentioned. You want to have can openers, some screwdrivers. Someone told me years ago, audience, are you familiar with this? Someone said tennis balls were used to block the roof, the drains in your roof. Is that true? I never heard of that one, but it makes sense. Here's another one, and BAC Group, when we had, I forget his name, gentleman from BAC Group Sid one, I believe I forget his name, but he was talking about fire. I know this may sound elitist, but it shouldn't, but fire extinguishers should be a norm in our homes by now. fire extinguishers should be a norm in our home by now. So I'm going to say fire extinguisher. Go out BAC group and talk to them and get yourself a fire extinguisher. Health and safety, first aid kit. Last week we had an incident at the ICC under-19 cricket tournament, and I had to come home and go in my first aid kit. First time I've ever opened it, and I've had it for like 4 years, right? 4 or 5 years, probably longer. But first aid kit. It's tough for the emergency services to get to you. Sanitation supplies. Obviously, we already know from the pandemic, you all don't play when it comes to toilet paper. Garbage bags, right? Sanitizers. Personal hygiene for the women. And diapers and wipes for babies. Now, I don't know if it's essential, but it seems to be. A lot of people are now getting generators. Well, how do generators work? You need fuel. So make sure you have fuel. All I will say is, please, folks, follow the instructions if you're going to be using a generator. All right? Keep your cars and bikes, keep your vehicles tanks full. Because if the hurricane's bad, we don't know when you'll be able to get gas again. Those are some things. Here's some things we may not want to hear. Make sure your insurance policies are up to date. Yeah. One of the things that I'm very bad at is keeping cash in hand. Make sure you've got cash. Because we already know ATMs can go down on a good day. Electricity goes out, could be down for a long time. So have cash in hand if you're able. And as Dr. Anthony Richardson said, board games, get yourself Bermuda Trivia, all the episodes or editions, but have board games. If you have internet, check Bermuda Weather Service. Listen to the emergency broadcast station. Most of all, have a family emergency plan or a neighborhood plan. Those are important. Meeting points, evacuation strategies if something happens on your street and you need to get out. I think one of the most essential things to do, as I said to our colleagues on the Daily Hour, check on the elderly folks or the most vulnerable among us. All right, let's go to the audience. What are must-have hurricane essentials in Bermuda? And do you have a portable charger? We're going to go to Suzanne Ingham says, flashlights, buckets of water for flushing, water to drink, snacks, board games, cards. My son has a portable charger. Okay. Yep, that you ticked everything on the list, Suzanne. Marquita Lee says, yes, she's safe and sound and lights on. And yes, I have a portable charger, flashlights, USB, and solar powered. There you go. There you go. Tanya Cheeseman says, games, snacks, movies, and music. There you go. What kind of games and what kind of snacks we eating? Come on, let us know. Mark Arthur C. Phillips, we are happy to know you are safe and sound. We love to hear it. Marquita Lee says, generator checked and ready. All right. Yes, Michael Daniels, cash money, as I stated. Hurricane essentials, having cash on hand is extremely important. It's extremely important, having cash on hand. What else, audience? We've got Suzanne Ingham. I did say, does anyone still use kerosene? And she says, yep, I still have kerosene lamps. I wonder if Teo has kerosene lamps as well. My nana, I think my nana still got some in the house. Charles H. Jefferson Sack, and he says, has anyone tried one of those AC units I see advertised on YouTube that don't require electricity? A fan doesn't get it for me. You mean like the portable AC units? What's he talking about? Absolutely, Dr. Anthony Richardson. First aid kit. I think this one, a lot of people don't even consider or think about. Folks, have a first aid kit on hand. Trust me, I just used mine for the first time last week. Legit. And really forgot I had it. Just came home looking like, what can I put on this? First aid kit. It's one of those situations where you wish you had stuff when you need it. Marquita Lee says, yes, I have tennis balls. So So it's true. Okay. So Suzanne Ingham says, yes, tennis balls, we use them for the roof. I had never heard of that, folks. I had never, ever heard of that. Rosalind Famous, yes, absolutely. She says, first line of order, form a community with your neighbors. What you may have your neighbor may need and vice versa. The community is the first line of defense in emergencies. Absolutely. And as I said just now, folks, create a system. Whether it's your family or your neighbors, create a emergency plan with them. Like, seriously, it's on us. Karen Simmons also says, yes, tennis balls to block the pipes on the roof. Now it's wire nest. Okay. See, I never heard of that. Maybe, I wonder if Taylor's heard of that. I've never heard of that, folks. Have you all heard of that? Like tennis balls on the roof? Maybe I just was not paying attention. See, my job when I was young and dealing with hurricanes, my job was tie that rope on the bucket, go out back and dip that bucket in the tank. That was my job. Do you all still do that, or we don't have those issues anymore? You all just go purchase those big water bottles? No, huh? Rosalind Famous says, this one here, I didn't say it, but I was waiting for someone to say it. Fill up your tub before the storm. Do you all do that still? Fill up the tub? I remember we discussed this before and people were like, why do we fill up the tub? But do we still do that? Like, do people still fill up the tub? And make sure your tub's clean, folks. All right. Manuela John says, yes, I have portable chargers as well as a portable solar radio flashlight. I'm pretty sure. Okay, I want to ask, is there anyone who doesn't have access to a portable charger? Is there anyone who doesn't have access? Because I'm telling you, there are some introverts out there who are like, oh, well, once my phone dies, I don't have to talk to nobody, so I'm going to enjoy this. Yeah. I'm not saying that's any of you. I'm just saying those people exist. We've got Suzanne Ingham says, yes, portable AC. I'd like to know how well they work. Okay. I've seen them online. I wanted one for like my cot match camp during a cot match because it was woo-hoo hot. Dr. Anthony Richardson says, yes, wrap tennis balls in torn sheet and put them in pipe drains. I am embarrassed that I didn't know about this. Can someone in the audience also tell me they didn't know about this so I can feel a bit more comfortable in my ignorance? Like, seriously, I did not know about this. I had no idea. What else, audience? What are some, what are must-have hurricane essentials in Bermuda? Like some must-haves. What are some things that you feel like, you know what? We have to have this to ensure our safety. Sardines. You'll have sardines. That's your can. Like, what kind of canned foods do you have? I'd eat tuna. That's probably the only thing. I don't really, yeah, I don't know. Manuela John says the tennis balls keep the leaves from getting into your. Well, I know what they do. I just never heard of doing it. I figured that's what they did, but I had never heard of that. Seriously, man, you did no disrespect, but man, our forefathers were some brilliant people, huh? Like, think about it. Bermuda is the envy of the world when it comes to how we catch our water, the envy of the world and how our homes are built and the structures. Like, when people are literally fascinated with our architecture, like the strength of the homes. My dad would talk, like, he'll make you feel real bad, you know, when we're in the US. Oh, look how they're building that house. They're using, like, what they use, it's like insulation and some other stuff. You know, that's not my space, but houses that you can see look like they'll just blow away with a gust of wind. Our forefathers don't get enough credit. They built some amazing structures that we benefit from today. And the whole tennis ball thing came up with ideas to ensure that everything about the structures made sense for us. We are lucky people when it comes to that, man. What are must-have hurricane essentials in Bermuda, audience? What are must-have hurricane essentials? This is your daily discussion brought to you by our friends at Titan. Express, and Secure. Also, it's Friday Fun Day. And don't forget, Friday Fun Day is brought to you by Mailboxes. You can go to mailboxes.bm/the Daily Hour. And there you can get 2 years of free membership. But what are must-have hurricane essentials in Bermuda? Dr. Anthony Richardson says strong areas in your house just in case roof comes off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tanya Cheeseman says also she did not know. She did not know about the tennis ball thing. So we're in the same boat. She did not know. Folks, tennis balls. If a hurricane is coming, tennis balls in your drains. That's the lesson of today for me and at least Tanya. Bread and peanut butter. Bread and peanut butter. Yeah, that is a good thing to have on hand if you lose power and can't cook, right? Manuela John says, part of hurricane preparedness should be to make sure your devices are fully charged. Absolutely. If electricity is out for a while, you will appreciate that extra energy. Indeed. I know people whose devices are never fully charged. Like their phones are always on like battery almost dead. I'm just like, how do you operate like that? Like, how do you live life like that, on the edge like that? It's like driving around with your car always near E. I don't know, man. Suzanne Ingham says, Jamel, you're not ignorant. You're a brilliant and awesome young man. Don't call yourself ignorant, please. You simply learn something. We're all ignorant. No. Ignorance is not a bad thing. Ignorance is it's accountability for and accepting that you don't know everything. We look at ignorance as this bad thing. It's not a bad thing. None of us knows everything. Ignorance is not a bad word. Ignorance says that we don't know. We don't have any idea. We don't have an understanding, or we're unsure of something. That's ignorance. Unfortunately, we've used the term ignorance as this bad thing. We are all ignorant to something. I mean, unless someone around here is perfect, but we are all ignorant. So no, ignorance isn't a bad thing. And when it comes to certain things, I just don't know most things. I'm a lifelong learner. Rosalind Famous says, gas stove and propane barbecue. Yeah. I'm interested to know what Teo's hurricane essentials are, folks. Don't you want to know? Because something tells me it's going to be the most Teo-ish answer that we will ever hear. We're going to pay some respects and love and appreciation to Titan Express and Secure Trucking. And then we will bring Teo in, and we'll continue the Friday Fun Day conversation after news break. But I'm interested.
The daily discussion is brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Visit TitanEXBDA.com, your leading tour and transport provider specializing in Black History tours throughout the island. And SecureBDA.com for all your property management, waste management, residential, and commercial trucking needs. Professional, punctual, and reliable service is our commitment to you.
All right, folks, if you are streaming with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, X, or Instagram, do us a big favor. Just give us a like, love, follow, share the link with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Make sure as many people as you know have access to these most important community conversations as possible. All right, let's bring Teo Dill in for the Daily Hour news break. Folks, hurricane must-haves. We're going to find out what Teo's are.
Morning, fam. Morning, Jay. Welcome to your TDH news break, brought to you by the great folks at Peoples. Speaking of which, I can personally testify to this. If you need to improve your vitamin intake because you're not, like, something's just going wrong in your body as you're getting older, Peoples is a spot. They give you the advice you need. They got the diversity of products. I can personally testify to that. Shout out to Peoples for having all the best supplements that are available on the island. So, hurricane must-haves.
Yeah, come on, Teo. Come on. I mean, obviously a comic book.
Well, that goes without saying. I mean, that's like saying air or food or something, you know.
If you know him, you know, folks, he's gonna have his comic book.
Okay. But see, this actually brings me to what I was gonna say, because growing up, it used to be like reading material, generally comic books in particular. But now, and this is where people sleep, right? Because when the hurricanes hit for real, not like Aaron did. Like we got lucky, thank goodness again, with this particular storm. But when things hit and everything goes down, like lights, sometimes cell phone service, what you gotta do is pre-download your reading material. So if you want a Kindle, make sure you got all the books loaded up. If you got audio books on Audible, make sure they're all the way downloaded. You're not streaming, because I've seen people get jammed up that way. And I'm just sitting there with all my stuff downloaded on the phone. Like, well, that's such a shame. I can't even email it to you right now. Oh, poor sweetheart. It's all right, So pre-download your content.
You know what? Teo just showed us the difference between experiencing a hurricane in 2025 and 1985.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, for real. Yeah,
I wouldn't. And the crazy thing is, I'm so weird because like I just ordered some books this week. I'm just like, should I download it or buy the actual book? Because that's my mind. Download it or actual physical book. And I'm still in the mind where 75% is still physical book. But this is a great, thank you for that reminder that we have that option. Yeah,
I'm telling you, man. It just makes it look. I used to be like you, which is to say, if I couldn't feel it in my hands, like I couldn't touch the paper and smell the ink, it just seemed wrong.
Yeah.
But eventually, it's like in this little thing, let me actually look just to prove the point. I have. This is embarrassing.
How many books?
208 books.
My word, Teo.
Walking around in my pocket.
Where would you put them in your house is my question.
Well, this is the point. Like the convenience factor for the digital stuff, it just outweighs the more traditionalist approach, I think. Like you can't beat that. Like I used to be able to walk around with like 2, maybe 3 books without looking too crazy. Yeah. Now, like I never have to be bored. And which is to say, none of us ever have to be bored, which is pretty cool.
I mean, that beats the 3 I have in my phone.
It's not a competition, man.
I mean, you didn't have to say 200. I mean, you could have said, Saturday 5 was like, I mean, gee, oh my goodness, this dude. All right, so now you got people saying, download their Netflix movies and stuff. Marquita and yes, Teo, I downloaded Netflix content on my iPad as well. See, I've never done that. Because my accounts don't work in Bermuda, and I'm like, maybe I should have downloaded that before I got to it.
Yeah, man. See, the other reason you should download, and this is like separate from hurricane preparedness, and this is something that I think about probably more than I should. Like, we don't own the content that we access in the way that we used to, right? Like, remember if you went and bought like a VCR tape or a DVD or whatever, it was yours. It didn't matter what happened in the world. If the people that own that property, the intellectual property, they changed hands, like you still had the DVD. But now we have access to streaming services, right? So if they don't re-up with a particular piece of content that you love, and it's no longer available to you, but you bought Netflix, so you can watch The Office reruns, right? So I'm like, if you can, download and store the stuff that matters to you, because it's not, you don't own it like you used to. You just own access to it temporarily as long as that deal is maintained. And
that is a good point. And
really frustrating,
because they taking off stuff, and I'm like, well, where is that? And that's a good point. And Buju Banton, not to get off topic, was just speaking about that on TikTok, talking about how the music industry streaming. It's like your children no longer will be able to hold on to what their parents created and so on. It's like it's no ownership anymore once it all became streaming. Like it's nothing to physically hold. So I get it.
Yeah, and it's why I think so much music and popular content, it is necessarily so fleeting, right? Like nothing really matters for very long, because the next 1,000 things are coming in the next 10 minutes. So just get the stuff that matters to you and put it on a hard drive. Like, put
it on a hard drive, folks.
Yeah.
All right, what you got for us in the news today?
Well, obviously the big story is that Hurricane Aaron decided to ease us up, thankfully. Despite the Bermuda Weather Service upgrading the national weather alert from a tropical storm watch to a tropical storm warning, the only real island-wide difficulty we experienced are the ferry cancellations for today. There are power outages, but they're largely concentrated in the eastern end of the island, with a couple of hundred at the moment in Hamilton Parish getting taken care of. So today should be business as usual, largely because of how, as you can see from the satellite footage, Hurricane Erin threaded the needle moving from the U.S., between the U.S. and Bermuda, just far enough from us to hit us with only winds in like the 50-mile-per-hour range for like 90 minutes, 2 hours or so, along with hard rain, thunder, and dangerous swimming conditions for the next couple of days. That said, it does not mean that we get to chill when it comes to hurricanes, because a new system called Invest 90L is very likely to become the next named North Atlantic hurricane, which is to say Fernand, and it's also currently modeled to come much closer to Bermuda than Erin sometime next week, like direct hit type thing. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
For 90L, we don't have a whole ton of models available, but we can see that a general consensus among them in regards to the system moving to the northwest, eventually moving to the north, and then out to the northeast. It may make a very close approach to Bermuda. So Bermuda has been dealing with some impacts from Erin, and another system may be on the way. And in terms of intensity guidance, and we can see that they all go up into that green shaded zone, which is representative of tropical storm intensity. Even going up to hurricane intensity, we see Cat 1, Cat 2. So most models are agreeing that the system could eventually make it to hurricane status. But the good thing, again, it's going to be out there. However, it could be a problem for Bermuda, may make a much closer approach compared to Erin.
Woo. Wow.
Yeah, it looks like this might be the one that focuses our minds more than any other this season. We will keep you posted over the next couple of days.
Yeah, and Tay, we do have, I believe we have the director of Bermuda Weather Service coming on next week to actually discuss hurricanes again, as to where we are in the season. So I believe next Tuesday, folks. So make sure you tune in there.
Okay, cool. Because if nothing changes between now and then, there should be at least 3 systems that I would think she would want to talk about that will affect us potentially before the end of the month.
That's now I think real quickly, but hurricanes traditionally never really hit us in August. We never really had to worry about them in August. So I think this is something that is worth of conversation as well, man. Like we used to get them in September, October.
I mean, you see, climate change, man. Like it's different. It's not how it used to be.
Yeah.
Well, in other news, we are always talking, and this is a conversation I know matters a whole lot to you, Jay, about how Bermuda needs to take innovative action to rebuild tourism. Well, Thailand is trying something out that's pretty interesting for the rest of this year, that if you're planning a trip, this might adjust your decisions. Basically, the Thai government is spending the equivalent of $20 million to offer 200,000 international tourists free domestic tickets to travel all throughout Thailand, the broader country outside the main capital cities. So if you're flying to Thailand between August and December, you can get a free round trip ticket to anywhere in the entire country. Now, this is the part that piqued my attention. This $20 million investments in tickets to get tourists in the country is projected to generate over $500 million in economic activity overall. 20 million in, over 500 million out. Which sounds pretty good. Now, Thailand is not the first place to do this. Japan started a similar program last year, and they've only expanded it since, so it must be working. Here, this applies to us too. So if you're thinking about going to Japan, you can save a bunch of money if you do it based on what you're about to see.
To do is book an international flight and add on your domestic leg at the time of booking. This is a great opportunity to go off the Golden Route to explore other parts of Japan, such as Mount Yoshino in Nara during cherry blossom season, Hokkaido during winter, and Nagaoka for summer festivals. Believe it or not, some of my best experiences in Japan weren't from Tokyo, instead it was from other parts of Japan. And Shinkansen to these places can already cost up to $300 one way. Booking through the official promotion links can already save you hundreds.
So the obvious question is, what do you think about Bermuda straight up buying people tickets to and from the island? Like once they're here, they will almost certainly kind of have to spend more than the few $100 for the airfare that they would be having covered. And so what do you think? Like,
So Teo,
Is that nuts or like a good idea?
no, it's actually scared money don't make money, right? So my boy always tells me. I actually did a proposal. If I can find it, I will actually share it with whoever the next CEO of Bermuda Tourism is. I wrote a proposal back in like 2015 for Bermuda Tourism. The focus was group tourism, right? So what we had to do is we would cover the first group up to 25 people, say Bank of America's salespeople. We'd cover their first trip to Bermuda. But the key was they had to come 2 other times, so 3 times within 3 years, right? And we would pay up to certain like, if I can find, I'll look for it. But it was a presentation that I'm just like, it made sense. And this ridiculously, I can't call the names, but I'm trying to be diplomatic. Someone who didn't love Bermuda, someone who used Bermuda to get a job. Basically just crap doing it. And that's the big problem when you have people with no vested interest in Bermuda. They look at everything as what's going to help them versus what's going to help the country. But those things work. Now then but then Bermuda Tourism under this person's stewardship went and did this thing where they paid they got people free flights through some Uber promotion, and they came to Bermuda and they went on social media. So I asked the question, as did another person there who was in the C-suite. So how do we measure this? Oh, well, there's no way to measure it. Well, what I was suggesting actually was able to measure it because we were dealing with a company where they had to be paid to bring one of their groups for 1 year. The next 2 years, they had to pay, but they had to sign where they had to come 3 times in 36 months, right? That's 3 years. So it can work. It's really how you get buy-in, but it's also measurable.
Right. Exactly.
But people, I'm going to say this, and this may offend a lot of marketing people. Salespeople, you can easily measure them. Marketing people got away with a lot. What do I mean?
It's all fuzzy, real nebulous, right?
There was this guy at one of my tourism jobs in marketing, right? And all he did was, oh, we have this amount of hits on the website. We have this amount of hits on this. But he was paying. It was paid media. And the CEO didn't understand what paid media was. All he knew was we had this amount of people to the website. So me and others were like, he's literally spending that money to get these views on his website.
Right.
So
nothing organic about it.
It was not organic. But again, people don't know what they don't know. And he got away with it. Other ways marketing people got away with it is you hear them talking about KPIs, this, that, and the other, right? Right now, and I've said this for ages, likes and views help you beat the algorithm, right? So if I ask people, make sure you share this, like it, just help us beat the algorithm. But we will never be able to tell how many of this audience actually spends $1 at the BAC Group or Medical House or Lindo's or Titan or where Secure Peoples. We just don't know. Now we can ask them, and they can tell us if they feel like it. But marketing gets away with a lot. And until you have real measurable things, whether it's QR codes, whether it's with we're so saturated in our thinking, like I'm saying saturated, we're so flawed in our thinking, right? Because every company, like CEOs, they all say, well, how many numbers, how many that doesn't mean anything for what's coming up on your bottom line.
Exactly. Yeah. Like views and likes
don't
mean
generate
something.
It does,
but it doesn't mean everything, and it could not mean very much at all, depending.
But we live in a very like social media. We're obsessed with likes and views.
Yeah,
and I think for me, my obsession is learning and making sure we're making a difference and we're delivering results. And I think that's where Bermuda Tourism needs to get. We need to get obsessed with measurable results. Our government, we need to be obsessed with measurable results. Whatever we do on a daily basis as individuals, I'm telling you, because jobs are disappearing, we need to be obsessed with measurable results. I'm going to put Teo on the spot. One of the first things Teo said to me when I started Hot 107.5, I wasn't happy with what I was offered and paying. My mom said, well, you're going to do it. And Teo said to me, I don't know if you remember this, Teo, but you said, look, man, just make yourself indispensable. And I
do remember that.
Everything at that company. I wasn't great at everything, but it was his way of telling me, man, just learn everything. You'll get what you want. Just learn everything. So I think
make yourself valuable, and
yeah.
you get value in return.
Yeah. And so when it comes to Bermuda tourism, I think there's a lot of easy fixes. This may hurt some feelings, but it's not about, and I think to quote David Brett, I think he said it, it's not about a fish sandwich on a billboard. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's going to get
might
you
be
up.
very pretty billboard,
Yeah.
like I'm sure the fish sandwich will look delicious.
Yeah.
But
and there's things they were bragging about. Little PR boy on social media last year, they were bragging about something in the window at Fifth Avenue. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to get you eyes.
Yeah.
But what Bermudians need to demand is measurable results from the marketing. And I think what Japan has done, what Thailand is offering, whether they're giving it to them and they can measure the impact, that to me is how you generate rev.
Yeah. I mean, it gives you access to so much more information. And it also would provide some sort of baseline stability for the small businesses that they're looking to help help spread that economic impact. Because if you can say to like everybody up in St. George's, hey, we guarantee are going to have 1,500 people on the island between this date and this date. And we know that of those 1,500 people, 800 of them are staying out in the East End between this date and this date. And we know, because we talked to the hotels that they're staying at, that they're going to be running shuttles from the hotel to the town from this time to this time every day from this date to this date. So do something then. Do something cool then. Plan and build to that. And then, then you can measure everything, like what worked, what didn't, with some security that you're going to make at least something back on that investment.
I don't want to put anyone on the spot. Right. But person, most of us, the audience knows, they were doing this tourism plan. I think it was for some an event to have in Bermuda. And apparently only 4 women from overseas signed up. And I think that was a great lesson in understanding that attracting people is more than just what you put on social media or what you say about Bermuda. And one of the co-hosts on this show and I were talking one time and said, if you really want to see the impact or your influence, put yourself, and she was a woman, put yourself in a bathing suit and see how much engagement you get, and then put up a shirt saying "buy me" and see how much engagement you get. And she's like, yeah, ain't nobody, they're not going to buy the shirt from me, but they certainly like and love the bathing suit that I purchased.
Right.
But if I had
how does it help me?
Right, but if I just put the bathing suit up to say buy from me, no, they're not doing it. So it's even the term influencer. Someone asked the other day, who would you consider a Bermudian influencer? And people like, I hate the term, by the way, it's ridiculous. But there's only one person in a Bermuda context that really stands out to me.
I think I know who you're gonna say, but go ahead.
Mr. Photogenic.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's
Black
true.
Bermudians, white Bermudians, non-Bermudians mimic and mock him. Now, whether people take that offensive or not, but the guy literally is just himself and makes fun of himself.
And he is completely, absolutely non-negotiably Bermudian.
Yeah.
Which is to say, there is no other person you're going to find on social media from anywhere else in the world that talks like him, that says what he says, that thinks what he thinks, that knows what he knows, which means that like he adds value to Bermudian users' lives on Facebook and Instagram and whatever, more than anybody else. Like he beats everybody else on the platforms.
And you know what? I can honestly say this here. Sean, Mr. Photogenic Simmons, is probably one of the only people with a great following that's Bermudian who doesn't do it for likes. He literally does it for entertainment. Whereas everyone else, everyone else is trying to build something and be out there.
Right.
You to know him, and look, I'm not trying to big him up and put others down. I'm simply saying that
no, it's different. He's different.
He moves different, right? Yeah. And I give him major props because he doesn't come across like he needs the validation from anyone. he comes across as, I just want to entertain people in a dark world.
And he trusts his own voice. Like,
There
he's
you
like,
go.
I think this is funny. I'm pretty sure it's funny. Maybe you're not. I do. I think it's great. And if you don't like this one, you're gonna like this next one, and this next one, and this next one. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. You are absolutely right.
Who did you think I was gonna say that?
Well, I think I was going to say Kristen White.
Kristen. No. And that's not to say she's not
no
good,
but she occupies a different space.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think Sean's just on another level. I think his people are drawn to him. And I think one of the key things, he's the only person who can make fun of people without creating an enemy of them.
Yeah, he doesn't punch down.
He literally can go out there and make fun of everybody that you and I can make fun of right now. They will not take it personal with him. With me and you, man, we could talk about David Burt's shoes and socks, and he'll take like, and I'm just using that as an example. I mean, Teo and I shoes and socks are no better. I'm just, seriously. But
it was your tone. I've never heard somebody say shoes and socks with that tone of voice before. Damn, my shoes and socks, shoes and like that was a little aggressive.
Hey, look, the brother needs some help in those areas, man. Come on, got the premier little Payless is closed. Can't even send him there. But
that's cool.
Look, come on, man. Brother needs some help in those spaces, man. Wife over here is looking good, the kids looking good, but that's how it's supposed to be. Make sure everybody else look good. You know what
absolutely. That's a sign of a good husband, good father.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, I only have a problem with the way he dresses during cop match, to be honest. That red and blue is just disastrous.
But that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, that's another conversation. But tell you know what, man? I think Bermuda tourism. I brought up Sean because I say, why haven't I seen him shown an authentic Bermuda in any of our ads? That's why I was with all of this.
Because if you want an online presence that is more representative of this place than almost actually not even almost than anything else, like an online presence, that's his platforms, right? Now, people might not understand the accents like that, but it's funny enough, I think, to cut through. Because my very American wife, she knows him, loves his stuff, she learned stuff, experiencing this content, like. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
So one thing I appreciate about going to Jamaica years ago, and I remember, 2016 I went for the first time. Then went again in 2017. And when you go to the hotel, yeah, man, what up, man? They're speaking in their natural. With us in Bermuda, we're told it's good afternoon, it's good evening, it's good morning. Like we're told to speak this proper Queen's English. Right? Jamaica, they're allowed to be themselves. And I think that's
but it would be strange if they weren't, right? Like it drives me insane when people have this really narrow understanding of what a professional voice is supposed to sound like in Bermuda. Like you do not sound ignorant because you have a Bermudian accent. You just sound like a person that grew up in this place. That's it.
Don't get Rosamund Famous started on our accents because that's her space. But you're right, man. You're right, and
it's all tied into all the worst parts of our history. Right, like people that look like that, that sound like that.
Way.
Yeah, man.
And you're less educated, or you're less. You're
less worthy of being spoken to.
Exactly.
Like it's that deep.
I mean, I love my Bermudian accent. It's helped me with the latest. I lived in the U.S. majority of my life, but sounding this way has helped me with the latest. Man, let me see how you say that. All right, later. Come on. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. I'm telling you.
But you get my point. But no, I think Mr. Photogenic is just on another level. And I think if we're serious about tourism, I guarantee you he can probably deliver us more than our marketing has ever did it, because people are curious. What did he say? And how he says it and how he acts. I think we have to celebrate our authenticity even more. And as the demographics of Bermuda change, as it gets lighter, and I'm not being shy about what I'm saying, it's changing before our eyes. As it changes, we have to hold on to some of the culture. More and more Bermudians are leaving Bermuda. Their children now speaking with accents that are not Bermudian, whether it's British or American or Canadian. There's something changing there. And so, having a Mr. Photogenic where people who are becoming a part of the culture mimicking him and mocking him and copying him. And, even at the under 19 cricket, some of the parents were like, where's Mr. Photogenic? Shut! They were saying it. Like, that's influence. That's influence.
Yeah.
Bermuda tourism.
He's part of people's lives.
You have one job. I want to go. Charles Jeffers said something. He said measurements equal accountability. Remember, we were talking about marketing and measurements, right? That's part of it. Marketing people don't really truly want to be measured. And no offense to you all marketers out there, but measurements.
Yeah. No, it's not even like an irrational thing. Like, it makes sense. It would just mean your life gets a lot harder instantaneously. But here's the thing: there's a target group that just made themselves known as potential recipients of this proposed program that we're talking about, getting free airline tickets to and from the island for potential visitors. Almost 4,000 passengers on the Norwegian Aqua got diverted to St. John in Canada due to Hurricane Erin, just like yesterday. And they were all disappointed, as you're about to hear, that they weren't able to come to the island.
We're supposed to pull into Bermuda, but Hurricane Erin had other ideas for us.
Where are we supposed to be right now?
Bermuda on the beach. But we're in Canada on the cement.
Yeah, where were we supposed to be?
Bermuda.
Bermuda.
We were supposed to be in Bermuda with 99-degree temperatures, and now we're here in St. John, sunny 67.
First reaction, upset.
I thought it was a lie.
Initial reaction was obviously just as expected, a little upset that we were not going to Bermuda.
I packed like 8 t-shirts and then I had to change them all to like long sleeves.
So I'm saying there's some people right now, if you hit them up and said, hey, we saw the thing on the CBC broadcast about you being disappointed about not being able to make it to Bermuda, well, guess what? We got you. Now you got to figure out where you're going to stay and what you're going to do. But as far as getting to and from this place, you don't worry about that. Here's the voucher numbers. Yeah. And I would be willing to bet that most of them would take a shot, like would follow through on it.
Teo, sometimes opportunities fall in our laps, right? Sometimes it's not about what we do, it's how we respond to what's done. Right? Get on it, man. That brother in the video though that said supposed to be in Bermuda 99 degrees, brother, I ain't never seen anyone so excited to be in hell-like temperatures. What is wrong with you? Like 99 degrees? You must be from Alaska or like up north.
That raised my eyebrow too a little bit.
99. He wants
do you know what 99
Go to the oven. Right. But
he's got to be from the Northern Territories.
Before you get to the weather, we got man, we've done a whole show on this. We haven't even been commercial. We got bills to pay. But anyway, we got some people in the audience real quickly. Let's go to them. Charles H. Jefferson Saxon says, it's been said before that supplementing air travel for visitors works. People love free money, and we know how much the average air visitor spends in Bermuda. That's the thing. Just get them there. They will put money in the economy. Traveling Trotty says, love this idea. Will definitely boost tourism in Japan and Thailand. Traveling Trotty would know. Ashika Marina said, the things that cost no money count. I was in Bali a few weeks ago, and literally everyone knew how to take epic photos of tourists, from the cab driver to the massage tech to anyone on the side of the road. Yeah.
So like the Thailand or the Balinese tourism board ran like a course for free a couple times last year on how to take pictures of visitors like that.
Simple things that the BTA could be doing. I mean, again, I don't know. Charles agrees with you. Says agree. That's an easy win. Tay, how's the weather looking? We got to pay some bills, man.
Yeah. Sorry. So as we started with, Erin wasn't really that big of a deal. So we should see conditions continue to improve relatively quickly. This morning and early afternoon, the potentially gale force winds and rain should stick around before mostly clearing up by sunset. The weekend should be pretty much standard summer weather, except for the ongoing churn in the surf. So do not go overboard until next week. Trust me, it's just not in the interest. Riptides and all that is still in play.
I hope people listen to that and really are considerate. Tay, real quickly, it's World Plant Milk Day. Do folks still drink regular cow milk, or is everyone on like non-dairy milk these days? What's your favorite milk, folks? What's your favorite milk, audience? What's your favorite milk, Tay?
Whole milk. Like, it's not even a question.
So you drink the cow?
Well, I mean, it's not that I drink it. It's more like I never really liked drinking milk, but as far as using it, like for cereal and for cooking and stuff like that, it's whole milk most of the time. Like, we've used like rice milk and oat milk periodically, but it just it doesn't check all the same boxes.
Yeah, I do almond milk, I do oat milk, coconut milk. If it's
coconut
like,
milk is a jam milk.
if it's in chocolate or something, I'd eat it. If it's in cake, I'd eat it. Like, it's no, I just don't do direct dairy. Like, if it's direct, like, I'm not drinking milk or using it for my smoothies. For my smoothies, I always use coconut, almond, or oat.
Yeah, but that's like a health thing, like a medical thing for you, right? Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, I tease you about not putting cheese on your pizza because but you have a good reason for it.
Well, I just decided to cut out. I'm like, look, man, I'm just like. So Teo once said this about our old boss Elroy, right? I'm gonna say it publicly, right? And I'll just whatever. But Teo, man, Elroy works out so much. That's because he liked to eat. And I'm the same way. That's why I go to gym. Look, I don't go to have a 6-pack or a jab. I literally go to the gym and kill myself because I love to eat. And people think, because I don't eat beef, I don't eat pork, I don't eat cheese, I don't eat. Folks, I love to eat. Anyone who's been around me knows I will snack all day. So because of that, I have to balance things out.
To avoid getting fat. Like, this is not about being ripped. This is just about
being
fat.
When I go to the doctor, those numbers, okay, so it's balancing out, you're working it down, whatever. But yeah, that's it.
No, that's good thinking. Good thinking.
But the audience is all into almond milk. Tanya Cheeseman almond milk. We've got Marquita Lee almond milk. Vanilla oat milk says Mayola John. Oat milk says Lincoln.
That vanilla oat milk's got a lot of sugar in it, though, bro.
Yeah, we've got a lot of sugar. It lasts longer. Okay. Oat and semi-skin. Okay. I use hemp milk. I've never had hemp milk. You've had hemp milk?
Where you can buy hemp milk from?
Sound like she high. Huh?
That sounds like one of them customs to steal from you.
Hey, I'll see you next week. Have a safe weekend.
All right, take care, man.
All right, Tando, folks. We're going to pay some bills, double back to back, and then we'll come with the daily play after this. But don't go anywhere. We've got the daily play coming up, and we'll wrap it up. But in the meantime, while the commercials are playing, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share the conversation with your friends, family, colleagues, and we'll see you in a few.
People's ACW, located at King Edward VII Memorial Hospital, carries over-the-counter medicines, toys, cards, and even toiletries. Our knowledgeable staff are there whether you're at emergency, visiting family, or a member of BHB staff, to show you our best even when you're feeling your worst. People's ACW, we're here for you.
Ready to take your financial game to the next level? HSBC is here to help you power up your financial fitness. Your strategy should be sharp and ready for anything, because luck won't get you to the top. Whether securing your future, growing wealth, or planning for life's next serve, HSBC's experts are here for you. From budgeting to investing, let's craft a plan as unique as your goals. Plus, get free financial planning consultations to stay on track. Learn more at hsbc.bm/financial planning. HSBC Bank Bermuda is licensed to conduct banking and investment business by the Bermuda Monetary Authority.
Get ready for the cool Bermuda nights ahead. A CI-AC mini split AC unit from BAC Group is the perfect solution, keeping you warm this winter and cool all summer long. While supplies last, you can get a unit starting at just $913.50. Plus, receive an extra 10% off when you pay with cash or credit card at the counter. BAC Group, comfort for every season.
Take a look at our workwear for construction workers and tradesmen. Durable, stretchable in all the right places, and plenty of options for tools and accessories. Pair with our wide range of tough and comfortable footwear, you can't go wrong. As you can see, Medical House really is a one-stop shop for everybody. We can't wait to see you.
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
Discover Drop It, your go-to grocery delivery. Browse and select from a wide range of groceries, from fresh produce to daily essentials. Our friendly drivers deliver fresh groceries to your door fast, saving you time and hassle. With Drop It, you get fresh groceries delivered fast, so you can focus on what really matters. Drop It, freshness at your doorstep, delivered to your door with Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
Did you know 3 out of 4 people say that they have a good understanding of life insurance? But do they really? When asked how much the yearly cost would be for a 20-year, $250,000 level term life insurance policy for a healthy 30-year-old, 80% overestimated the cost by 5 times the amount. Ready for this? The true cost for that policy is about $220 a year. That's as little as 66 cents a day, or $20 a month. So let's put this into perspective. Compared to other monthly costs, isn't getting life insurance a no-brainer? If you can trim back on some of these expenses just a little bit, it will allow you to dedicate the savings toward an affordable life insurance policy. Contact one of our life insurance agents today to find the right policy for you.
Dreaming of expanding your business? With BDC's Loan Guarantee Program, we support your ambitions. Get up to 75% guarantee on bank or credit union loans up to $300,000. Just your vision and our support. Apply today and unlock new business opportunities. BDC, Bermuda business starts here.
Being from this little island, like yourself, we knew you needed access to reliable shipping. We set up mailboxes so you can skip all the long waits or held up in customs excuses.
With mailboxes, that won't happen. Get your packages in under 48 hours using our dashboard.
Plus, if you're a planner or headerer, our weekly consolidation service might be for you. We hold your packages in Delaware and ship them together to save you big time on shipping fees.
And with our warehouse being in Delaware, that means 0% sales tax. Pretty cool, right guys?
Looking for the best care for your pets? Novazoc Feed and Supply has everything you need, from top quality foods to toys and supplies. We've got it all. Join our frequent buyer program and earn rewards every time you shop. Plus, we've been awarded the Clever Customer Initiative program for helping you save more. And don't forget, we open an hour early on Saturdays so you can get a head start on your pet care. Visit us today or shop online for easy pickup or delivery. Your pets will thank you.
Alrighty, thank you so much for rocking with us this morning. Welcome back to the Big Show. Jamal Hartman here. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical Oils, Lindos, People's Pharmacy, and a big shout out to HSBC Bermuda for ensuring that we can pump through the radio areas with these most important community conversations on Hot 107.5. Folks, please don't forget to subscribe on our website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Folks, if you haven't already, if you're streaming with us, there's way too many of you streaming not to have enough engagement. So if you are streaming on one of Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter X, or Instagram, just do us a favor. It costs you nothing. Hit that like, love, share, repost, whatever you choose to do. Just make sure as many people as you know have access to these most important community conversations as possible. It is time for the Daily Play brought to you by Bermuda Trivia. Bermuda Trivia is now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, TikTok, to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right, audience, it's the things you should know. Now, European football season. Football began across Europe last week. So this is a football-related question that I'm sure all of you football lovers and partners of football lovers are going to get right. Very easy question. Don't let me down. All right. What is the distance between the goal line and the penalty spot in soccer football? Wow. No one got the answer right? I am absolutely shocked. 50 yards between the penalty spot and the goal. Thank you, Traveling Trotty. I hope you didn't Google that, but even if you did, I'm glad somebody got it. 12 yards, folks. The penalty spot is 12 yards from the goal. You know, I love this game. Things we should know. I love it. I do. 12 yards. So you learned something new this morning. If you didn't know, the penalty spot is 12 yards from the goal line. Yes, Julie, 12 yards, 12 yards. We're going to do, it's 11 meters. It's not 2 meters, 11 meters. It's 12 yards or 11 meters, not 15 yards. It's the 18-yard box. The box Top of the box from the goal line is 18 yards, and then the penalty spot is 12 yards. All right, let's do a giveaway today. Let's do a giveaway. Hashtag the Daily Hour. That's what we're going to do. If you're streaming with us, we're going to reward you. Hashtag the Daily Hour. We will give you a $25 voucher to the partner of your choosing. All right. So just hashtag the Daily Hour. And while you do that, I'm going to give you some daily inspiration. I'm going to go to my book today to find something. This is from Claude McKay. He's a poet, writer, and political activist. An author of Home to Harlem, the first best-selling novel by a Harlem Renaissance writer. Born 1890 and passed 1948. And the quote is very simple. It's when you're down that you learn about your faults, end quote. I like that. You learn so much about yourself when things don't go in your favor. You really, really do. Take the opportunity to learn. All right, let's, you all are coming with it. I got to get this up and going so that you can see if you are winning this morning. All right, let's get it up. Let's get it up so we can reward you. And to all those tuned in on Hot 107.5, we'll find a way for you to win one day. But for those on stream, it is hashtag the Daily Hour. And let's get it up. All right, so let's hit the drum roll. Who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Anika Deshirs, Kajay, Pamela, Jewel, Manuela, Nicole, Traveling Trotty? Congratulations. You are today's winner. Send an email to engage@thedailyhour.com to collect your winnings. All right, $25 voucher to Traveling Trotty. Folks, I just want to wrap it up. Hurricane Essentials. Just keep in mind, there's some key things that we need to remember when it comes to Hurricane Essentials. Make sure you have food and water. Make sure you have some way to see lighting and a way to communicate. Make sure you have some tools and some hardware, things that you know we'll need. Health, safety, and hygiene. Make sure you've got a first aid kit and some things, some sanitation supplies. Power, fuel for the household, whether you have a generator or not. Make sure the cars are full. Gosh, make sure you have your important documents you may need, health insurance, policy, cash. Make sure you have that on hands. Have your board games, ways to entertain yourself, access to a portable radio. And one of the most important things anyone said today, a neighborhood or family plan. Make sure you have a plan. Check out for those, look out for those who may not have family or anyone near them, the vulnerable people among us. All right. Thank you all for rocking with us again. And to everyone, don't forget to subscribe on our website if you haven't already, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lindos, People's Pharmacy, and a big shout out to HSBC Bermuda for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves with these most important community conversations on Hot 107.5. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you next week. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great weekend. We are out. Peace.